All right.
Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Sippin Soju. When I was a wee little child, you'd be at McDonald's, problem solving, you got angry customer, how you gonna solve this situation? Excuse me, you can have another scoop. And then I get protein and I say thank you right when I say that, so they add a little bit extra.
How many Chipotle napkins do you have in your room?
At least 50,000.
How many times would you say you've been to Chipotle?
Are you really gonna ask that question? It's uncountable. Yeah, I mean, answer your questions, right? I go through like half a watermelon a day. Oh, you got access to my info. No, I would also love to know. I know we got an intelligent young crowd out there. Drop a like. Yeah, my heart's pumping, I can't even lie.
Is that your final answer?
Not anymore.
Really? What? What?
A wise man in college by the name of Guan Li once told me, "Fool me once, fool me twice, me a fool."
Started at the bottom, now I'm at the top. All my fans trip too hard, I need a mop. Stupid dumb ass kid, you a bot. I'm the motherfucking leader, call the shots. Worked an hour yesterday, then bought a yacht. All this ice in my veins, I hit the shots. All these haters talking shit, blah blah blah. None of that shit faze me, yeah.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of the Sippin Soju podcast. We have my very good friend and roommate as well, Mr. Calvin Chen.
Hello, everyone. Very honored to be here today. Are you going to include the first part?
The first part?
Yeah, the part that I just said.
It never happened.
I know I threw you off your game. That's why you were stumbling a little bit.
I'll probably leave it in.
All right.
I like those bloopers. But yeah, no, thanks for being on the podcast, Calvin. This is definitely, you're an elusive one.
An elusive one?
Yeah. Try to get everyone from college to hop on, at least the ones I lived with. And we got Guan and Harley, and Calvin's just been really busy. So
Well, technically, you also live with some other people.
that's true. So I really appreciate you taking the time, man.
I'm honored to be here.
All right, so why don't we jump into it? I guess, Calvin, do you mind introducing yourself, like your name, age, and where you're from?
Yeah. My name is Calvin Chen. I'm from, born in D.C., raised in Northern Virginia, now living in Madison, Wisconsin. What was the other question? How old I am? I'm 24,
Yeah.
Mamba year. Yeah, I mean, answer your questions, right?
I mean, you could have stopped whatever. No, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And what about undergrad? Like, what'd you study?
Studied mechanical engineering, the jack of all trades for engineering. Had a good time. It's pretty rough, but we made it out, and here we are.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And where did you go to college at?
Went to Yale with you, man. The viewers should know by now.
Yeah,
The viewers should know that Max Mao, attended Yale, and you said I was your roommate, so they gotta connect the dots. I know we got an intelligent young crowd out there. Drop a like.
Yo, I really appreciate how you said that, because I didn't even connect the dots. It's like, this is the first time I've introduced you. So
You act like you never met me before.
no, just trying to get everyone who didn't live with you for like 2.5 years to get a better understanding. But
That makes sense.
I guess post-college wise, what are you up to? Like, what's your career right now?
Right now we're working at Epic Systems. If you watched the previous podcast, link down in the description below. You'll see Jonathan Chen, my other housemate. He's also working at Epic, and I essentially do the same kind of work as him. We're called technical solutions engineers. It's a little bit of coding, bit of customer service. It's a bit of everything,
Jack of all trades, really.
You could say that. That's why it all works out.
There's definitely a trend with you being able to do everything for everyone.
Could you elaborate on that? I'll flip it on you.
Yeah, no, starting from college, it sounds like with mechanical engineering, it's really applicable to like a lot of different things. And then with the work that you're doing right now, I feel like being like a mechanical engineering, like obviously you have to learn how to problem solve, and that's really applicable to a lot of other things. And especially for your occupation now, it sounds like you have to do a lot, right?
Yeah, I think, problem solving in general in life, it's useful in all sorts of scenarios. Everyone's always problem solving every day, no matter what you're doing. You be at McDonald's, problem solving, you got angry customer, how you gonna solve this situation? It's the same thing, but it was just in a more technical setting, you know?
No, and also, I mean, on that note, when you go to McDonald's, sometimes you're a little bit hungry. You got the munchies. Like, what types of food are you going to get? Are you going to get the 20-piece McNuggets, or are you going to get the Big Mac and maybe a small fry? All these type of decisions, you're absolutely right. Every single day, you're encountered with these problems and these scenarios, and you really have to think about them.
All right, you're stretching it a bit much. Yo,
So,
speaking of which, have you ever tried the sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's? Apparently, it's really good.
I don't
was
know
talking
if
to
I
someone
have.
about it today, but I've never tried it.
Yeah. No, like, the only one I've tried is, like, the buffalo, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
anyways, just wanted to ask.
Speaking of McDonald's, I only have been in probably at least a year since I got the large fries for $1 on the app.
I don't remember the last time I went. It's actually been a while. My childhood was built on that, though.
Yeah.
Summer vacations, Big Macs, and I'd be playing RuneScape. My dad would come home with Big Mac and like chicken nuggets and fries, and me and my brothers would fight for that. It's like
For real?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wait, you said you played RuneScape too?
Yes.
That's hilarious. That game almost ruined my life.
I know, man. Almost ruined your college life too.
Yeah. Why don't we jump into some rapid fire questions? I had a couple of questions, and I just want you to answer these within like the first couple of seconds. What comes top to mind, okay?
Yeah.
Number 1, how many Chipotle napkins do you have in your room?
At least 50 thou.
50,000.
You know, honestly, probably like the stack is probably like this big. So I don't know. Someone could do the math. What do you think that is? There's at least like 6 trips worth, because I grab like this much every time.
If that was like $1 bill, you'd have at least a couple racks.
I think so. That's why I said 50 thou.
Yeah.
But you do fold the napkins, so they're a little thicker than a bill.
Is Chipotle your favorite, like, I guess, fast food chain? Or I don't know how you would classify it. I
Fast
think it's
food
in
chain.
between.
Fast food chain.
Okay.
I think it is, but it's like, you know, all natural ingredients.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
For the viewers, if they ever want to send you, like, you know, a bowl for your choosing because they really liked you on the show,
Yeah.
what would be your order? Let the viewers know.
You know, I feel like you've ordered for me before. What is your guess? Would be my ideal bowl?
I think your ideal bowl would just be
Meat?
would just be black beans and a little bit of lettuce to garnish, and that would be it.
What? I don't really get beans in mine. I get white rice. They usually don't put enough, so I said, "Excuse me, can I have another scoop?" And then I get protein, and I say thank you right when I say that, so they add a little bit extra because they think I'm really nice. And then afterwards, you get some verde sauce, a little bit of sour cream, 2 scoops of corn, cheese and lettuce, and depending on whether I have a coupon, sometimes I get avocado, and I always get a bag of chips. I don't eat my Chipotle with a fork. Use the chips.
Wow, that. See, this is exactly why I said the beans and the lettuce, because I knew that would trigger you into saying your exact order. So
Well, I was gonna share it anyways.
So now all the viewers, if you're watching this and if you want Calvin back on the show, send this man a burrito bowl, and we'll make it work.
Hey, everyone, try my order and let me know how it is.
How many times would you say you've been to Chipotle? If you could quantify it.
Like in my life?
Yeah. Because that's like your favorite one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of it growing up, honestly, especially in high school, I think. In college, I get it pretty often too. After like physics lab, I would always reward myself. Because physics lab was hell, so I always I gotta feel better, so I always got Chipotle.
I remember you said that, like, that's like your instant gratification for like passing an exam,
Yeah.
or just taking the exam,
Well,
really.
hey, passing an exam
Yeah.
is a kind of
Just
strong
take-
statement.
just taking the
Yeah,
exam.
Taking the exam.
Yeah.
I would say, I don't really know, but here, I get it at least once a week.
Okay.
Like in Wisconsin so far, in my post-grad career.
I guess
So.
another question that would help me to better understand the scope of the burrito bowls you've had in your life. How many free burrito bowls have you redeemed?
Oh my god.
Or is that too sensitive of a question to bring online?
It's uncountable.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. For reference, you probably need 1,400 points
Yeah, something like that.
for a free burrito or free entree. In the past, it was lower though, but inflation it affects the reward points too, I guess. But I don't know. Probably redeemed that many times.
Gotcha. Switching over from food to
Thank
anime.
God, I'm getting hungry. I ain't dinner yet.
What is the best anime of all time in your
Oh my
opinion?
god, you're really gonna ask that question?
I have to.
How do you not know?
Well, isn't it subjective?
Oh, you know, you're right. It's 100% Naruto. That's all I gotta say. Actually, that's not all I gotta say.
Why is it Naruto for those who haven't seen it?
You know, when I was a wee little child, I started watching Naruto when I was maybe like elementary school, middle school. And it happened to be that Naruto was also the same age as me when we started the anime together, me and him. And then it ended, the series ended maybe, what was it? In college sometime?
In middle school, I know the shows would be going live and stuff. I'd watch it live on like Toonami or something like that.
Yeah, because every episode was new. But it ended like around my birthday in like college too, which is, I don't know why, but I felt a connection there. But growing up, watching him grow as a person. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. I got distracted. Naruto, you just gotta watch it to see for yourself. You'll feel all sorts of emotions. You'll feel happy. You'll feel sad. You learn life lessons. That's all I gotta say.
No, I really like that. And I hate to bring food back because both of us just hit the gym and we haven't eaten yet. So we're kind of on empty stomachs right now. So this is a very sensitive topic. But in Naruto, I absolutely love the scenes where Naruto would be eating ramen.
Oh,
and even though that ramen would be 2D, it looks so dank.
Yes, I agree. I think in Japan, there are a bunch of restaurants that actually recreate the ramen that Naruto eats. Like,
oh, really?
To the final ingredient.
I've seen YouTube videos of like chefs at home who try to recreate it, and they always say like some of them are like, hey, like he never used like the fish cakes, and I'm like, he definitely used that because I remember seeing.
You know what the fish cakes are called in Japanese?
No, like what is it called?
Naruto.
Oh, really?
I think so. Wait, it might be another ingredient. There's something in the ramen that's called Naruto.
Oh, that's
like
crazy.
It's an extra ingredient. Yeah.
My mind has been blown. All right, that'll be a thumbnail. Just like my mind explosion.
What in the world?
And then going off of anime, I know you also game quite a bit. What do you think is the best game of all time to play on PC?
Best game of all time?
Yeah, that you've played.
Define like best. Like best in what?
As in like
most fun or most like graphics are really cool or
I would say the most fun you've had.
Most fun I've ever had. I didn't actually game that much until the pandemic, and that's how like stay connected with friends. And we played a lot of League of Legends and Valorant, those which are two games made by Riot. They're two pretty different games, but I think those two are probably the best games because I just find a game fun if my friends are playing it. Because if you're playing a game by yourself, it's not that fun. But before that, Fortnite days, those are also fun because we had a lot of friends playing that together. And, playing actual Fortnite with by yourself is not fun at all, but if you're with friends, it's always more fun.
No, I completely agree. Those Friday nights where you just go into the creator map and just
creative
map.
Max. You let auto touch.
I'm just getting older up there. But yeah, those nights would be really fun. I agree.
Yes.
So back to gaming, because it requires quite a bit of equipment if you're like a PC player.
Sure.
I'm curious, like, what is your biggest purchase? Is it somewhat related to your setup, or is it something else?
Biggest purchase?
Yeah.
Like including loans or not?
Not including loans.
Biggest purchase. That's a hard question. I feel like I've spent a lot of money over the years on useless. I wouldn't say useless, but on a lot of random things.
Like Chipotle?
Chipotle's not. That's a cost of living right there. That's the standard cost of living in my life. Yeah, I'm gonna need a second. So my computer that I built during the pandemic was around like 700, 800. And I did a few add-ons and monitors, which are add on a few extra 100. So that probably is pretty dense. I bought a lot of random things, like I bought a drone, I bought cameras, electric skateboards, electric scooters. I'm really into like techie stuff, so.
Yeah.
I would say probably my computer is the biggest purchase, but there are a lot of things that definitely add up.
Gotcha.
I just love random tech. Honestly.
Going to the PC, I feel like $800 to build a gaming PC. I feel like that's pretty affordable, and like that's really low for what it could be.
Yeah, if you buy it pre-built, it probably costs like they add like extra 300, 400 for labor. Obviously,
because they go through the effort of making it nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a company, obviously, but if you have friends that can teach you what to do, or you watch enough tutorial videos and prep, then you'll be fine. But there's definitely some mistakes were made, but you learn along the way.
Speaking of electric scooter, I know it's parked downstairs. It only has one handle. What happened to that?
You know, I would also love to know. Do you know what happened to it?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Yeah, guys, if anyone wants to send me a handlebar for my scooter, because it's missing a handlebar, I don't know why.
Is there any like motor function related to it? Is it like the brake?
No.
Is it like the?
You can still ride it, but it's just you got one handed. Right
So it's just like literally like a stabilizing piece.
Honestly, I was thinking about putting a piece of wood in it and just like having it be a temporary thing because I don't really need anything else.
I mean, I have empty wine bottles. You can shove a wine bottle in there, and then.
I might throw off the balance a little bit, so I might have to fill it up with some liquid.
Or you just lean towards the right.
If you fill it up and like put a hole through it and then put a straw, you could drink while you ride with the handlebar.
There you go. That'll be the next startup.
That's the engineering coming out.
Back to things that you enjoy. How do you like to treat yourself? Like, I know Chipotle is like your pick-me-up when it comes to like, you know, doing things on a daily basis, but like when you're really trying to treat yourself, like what are your go-tos?
When I really want to treat myself, you know, that's a very interesting question because I can't really think of anything. That makes me think, am I treating myself with love right now in my life?
I don't know why we laughed at that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's messed up.
Yeah, actually.
I'm trying to think. Maybe to help stir some, you know, some creative thoughts in my head. What is something you do to treat yourself?
I never treat myself.
Hey, you can't steal my
No, I'm
answer.
kidding. For me, okay, so there's like two different categories.
Yeah.
On one hand, it's like on a daily basis, I go to the gym. That's my treat.
Daily basis?
Okay, more like on a yearly basis. I go
Not
to
a yearly basis.
I go to the gym. It's my like disconnect from society. I get to spend time for myself.
Yeah.
When it's actually like we're talking about physical things or like I guess like traveling. I do enjoy traveling. I don't really buy useless tech. I'm not throwing shots at anyone. But I do buy useless stuff all the time though. Like I bought this Pink Panther shirt. I bought this Lil Yachty shirt. Am I ever gonna wear it again? No. But it's just hanging in my closet collecting dust and eating away out of my pockets.
Well, it's not eating anymore.
So I wouldn't say that that's like something that I do to treat myself. That's more so a regret. So I think we're moving in the wrong direction here. I think I just like to be creative. I like having free time to myself to be able to create things, whether that's like content, whether that's like actual things. I don't know. What about you?
So you said like traveling. So like obviously I love traveling, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
count it as like something I was thinking the question was more something that I do on a regular basis to
That's
treat
fair.
myself.
I guess how about like item wise, if we could limit it there, and then I'll also give mine as well.
Item wise?
Yeah, like on a regular basis, like what you do. I guess.
An item I do?
Yeah, or like an item that you purchase.
Yeah. Well, every week I look forward to my Chipotle. But besides that, because we've already talked about that a lot, I'm trying to think. I don't really buy any. Oh, I like watermelon. I go through like half a watermelon a day. Every day in our fridge. I just cut that in half and then I just use a spoon and eat out of it. And hey, if you guys want to follow Max's TikTok down below in the description, you'll see a video of the latest TikTok I think might show how I cut my watermelon.
The one before the latest
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe you can even throw on a clip right here.
Yeah, actually, yo, clip right there.
Hey, right there. You know.
Magician.
You know what else I like to do to treat myself? I like to go rock climbing. I do it, maybe once a week.
Once a lifetime.
Nah, but yeah, I think if we're going with an item, again it's food. I think food just makes me happy, so let's go with watermelon.
No, I like that, and I can definitely attest to you eating like there are watermelon shells constantly in the trash can.
Alright, too much detail.
Have you ever done watermelon soju? I know like me and Lauren made it one time.
Yeah, I think July 4th last year you guys made it.
Yeah, like what'd you think? It was
It was
pretty
good.
Yeah.
I had it one time before in college too. It was like during my sophomore year. During the summer I was at Yale doing an internship, and my friends, they made watermelon like mojito soju.
Oh my
or
goodness.
something. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you added like a mint leaf, when I think of mojito, I just think of mint leaves.
Yeah, they
I
added
feel like that'd be
mint
really
leaves in
good.
there.
Yeah.
It's really like fresh. I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Speaking of treating yourself, I feel like item wise, I don't I don't really treat myself item-wise, I don't think. Like,
Oh, I know what it is. You like to go to GNC and buy the discounted protein bars.
specifically
The
GNC.
Fruity Pebbles one.
Specifically
The Fruity Pebbles
the protein
flavor.
bars. Okay. I think it's story time right now. So Calvin and I, we decided to take a very impromptu trip. We were going to go hiking at this like really cool mountain that's like 45 minutes away. It's called Devil's Lake in Madison,
You
Wisconsin.
just called it lake and mountain.
Yeah, no, well, the park's called Devil's Lake State Park. But basically, on the way, we were just like, I was like, Calvin, I know you haven't been to the state park, but do you want to go to an outlet mall instead? He's like, bet. So we veered off course. He still hasn't been to that state park yet at all.
Nope.
And we went to this outlet mall, and yeah, there's a GNC there. You know, in our habit of exploring every store there, we noticed, you know, like, why not pick up a little bit of protein? And like, I think we got like 40 protein bars for like $8 or $7. Super, super affordable. Each protein bar, for those who lift or who are super like meatheads, each protein bar had like 30 grams of protein, which is quite a bit for like one human to eat in one sitting. But those protein bars were ass.
Yeah,
So
dude, I still have them in my room.
do you see my shelf? I still have them like
I feel like it got stuck to my teeth. I don't know what it was.
I feel like something about it was super artificial, and I think my body was rejecting it every time I would eat it. And
Oh.
yeah, I mean, the Fruity Pebble was definitely the better flavor out of like the 5 that were available.
There were 5?
I think we only had that one in peanut butter.
Yeah.
The peanut butter was terrible. It didn't taste like peanut butter, I would say.
I don't remember what they taste like. Haven't had it in a while.
You blocked it out.
Yeah.
Doing your internship, so I pulled up a list, did a little deep dive of the different internships that you were a part of during college.
Huh?
And I was-
Where's this list from? How you got access to my info? What in the world?
I know a guy.
But
But
I was sussed out.
I was hoping we could dive into each of those internships, and you could tell me like
Each of them.
really quickly what you did, and then what you learned from that, and how that led you on to the next one, if that's cool.
All right.
So starting with ExcelGen, I don't really know what that is, so if you could quickly explain what that is and then what you did there.
Yo, I think that's from high school senior year.
Okay.
High school junior year.
My source did not tell me the dates in which these internships were done. So
Intelligent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from high school junior year summer, I think.
and it was
just
paid.
No, it was unpaid.
Okay.
It was just because I thought I was gonna be pre-med at that time before I decided to go into engineering my senior year of high school. But yeah, I thought I was gonna go pre-med, so I was doing some bio stuff on the side. So I shadowed this guy at a lab in Maryland, and I learned how to PCR basically, and that's it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good for like high school. I feel like, because I didn't even know what PCR was until like later on in college. I know certain high school programs, they have like labs and stuff, and they're fully funded, but not in
That's my
public
school.
high schools in Alabama.
Yeah. So that's one thing I did.
And what did that teach you? Like,
How to PCR.
right, but like lessons learned. Like, was that the point where you're like, I don't care about going into the medical field, or
No,
like?
I thought it was interesting, but I decided I didn't want to do lab work.
Okay.
But the reason I decided to not do pre-med stuff is because I took like a CAD, which is computer assisted design class, in my senior year of college. Where so you design stuff on the computer and then you print it out, and I was like, yo, this is really cool.
You mean high school?
Oh yeah, in high school.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because like we got a problem where it was like, yo, there's this elderly lady who can't walk, she can't carry her phone, but she likes to go hiking, and she can't carry her food. So we like designed a cane with like a lunchbox and an MP3 player and like
Are you serious?
place to put your phone.
That's
And
really
like
cool.
you print it out and build it out, and I was like, yo, this is really cool, solving problems with stuff you have available.
So you became more interested in like tech rather than like specifically focusing on like
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was really good at biology though. Like AP Bio, give me a 5 on that class. You know, AP Chem, I got a 5. That's all I'm gonna say.
How many carbons are in glucose?
6. Is it? I have no idea.
Moving on.
Wait, you're not gonna tell me if I'm right or wrong?
In glucose?
You don't know.
I think it is 6.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
See. C6 H12O6 or something. Or is that something else?
I think it's something like that.
Yeah. See, I'm really good at this. Still got it in me.
still has got to stay handle ready.
Yeah.
Moving on to health venture. That was in college, right?
Health venture, yeah. That was sophomore year. You skipped over my freshman year internship.
My source must have missed that. Do you mind explaining?
Yeah, it was UVA in Shanghai. Anyways, move on.
Was that an internship or was that a life journey?
You know, I learned a lot of life lessons that trip.
I definitely want to hit on study abroad experience as well, so we'll table that for now.
You know, how about we skip over that subject?
Yeah. But health venture.
Oh yeah, so that's like a venture capital firm for health tech startups that was based in New Haven. Like sophomore year, I was part of a program that my friend created called. Dang, I don't remember what it was called. What was it called? But it was like it's like we got
Helix?
paired with Helix. Thank you, Max. It's part of Helix.
Some friend.
It's part of Yale Helix, which is where students from like there were CS students, like engineering students like myself, economics, etc. We all like got on a team and worked with local entrepreneurs in the area in the healthcare space to work on ventures and ideas that they had. So through that program, I got looped into this opportunity where the venture. Do you know what venture capital is?
Yeah, it's basically like getting capital to like fund startups, kind of, right?
Yeah, essentially. So I was just part of that team. I didn't really do any like actual money or investing or any of that, but it was just getting to see how startup, because the venture capital itself was kind of a startup. It's still going on today and doing really well, but it was cool to be a part of that experience and see the behind the scenes, I guess, too.
Did that make you more interested in VC, or did that make you like what was your takeaway from that? Is that something that you were more interested in, or were you like, oh, this isn't really for me?
I think neither. I was like, oh, this is a cool
It's cool.
thing.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I was like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
It was just a new experience
Yeah.
to table on your belt.
Yeah.
And then how did that lead you to like thermobionics? My source is really good.
Thermobionics? That was, I forget what year. That's like a side internship I did for some guy from MIT who was creating an exo like suit that cooled you down while you were just like it's like Under Armour, like an Under Armour shirt, but it has active cooling technology. And it's like the reason he designed it was because he used to be a motorcyclist and he always gets so hot under like this leather jacket and everything. So he wanted something that would actively cool him down. So he created some new technology that worked with your shirt.
Is it like battery powered, or is it like material itself that was cooling?
I think it was battery and material.
Okay.
Like the battery, like part of the challenge is getting that battery to the right size and everything. So I did that internship continuing into my, I think that was junior year.
Yeah.
Into senior year. Is that right?
My source tells me that was correct.
Your
Yeah.
source. Yeah. So I did that during the year as well for the first half of the senior of my senior year, and it was paid, which was nice.
Yeah,
Pure
yeah.
remote. I helped, like, it was more like a consulting gig. Like I reached out to collect data, reach out to potential,
Investors.
customers,
Oh, okay.
investors, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Even though like I didn't study like engineering in college, my inner engineer is coming out and it's saying, you said the guy said he gets really hot because he puts on a leather jacket. I'm like, take the leather jacket off, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a biker biker thing, but it's used in more than just like that
those
setting. So,
areas, yeah.
there are other settings that, like, part of my job was finding like the markets that we could tap into.
The market size, yeah.
So like we looked into the healthcare space for like surgeons who have scrubs on and it's really hot in the operating room. So I interviewed a bunch of surgeons, including one that I met through my previous internship at the venture capital. And they told us like their experiences doing surgery, like 12 hours in the operating room. And it gets really hot and everything because it's like a climate controlled environment.
Yeah.
So like they were like, yo, that's a really cool product. We also looked at golfers because they had more disposable income as well, and they're also always outside.
How about like NASCAR as well, like those drivers? Because it probably gets really hot when they're racing, I would think.
I have no idea. We didn't touch it.
Gotcha. Speaking of products that would be helpful, should I even say this on the podcast? I feel like this is just a free idea.
This is an
I'm giving out.
unfiltered podcast. We're honest with their fans.
That's true,
Gotta be
but
truthful.
if someone capitalizes on this idea, you gotta mention Max Mao or Sippin Soju podcast gave you this idea. I'm thinking like if there's a way to help physicians, like surgeons, with like the whole like sanitization process. Because washing your hands and scrubbing, it takes literally like up to like 5 to 10 minutes to sanitize to make sure you get every nail and stuff. And with like UV technology and like the different sanitizing ways that we have currently available, I just feel like that can be so much more streamlined. Because like obviously like it's a lifestyle that they are very comfortable with doing. I just think it's inefficient with time wise.
Yeah, I think they should just douse themselves in Dubra or something.
Dubra.
It kills all germs, right?
All they need to do is submerge the upper body in isopropyl alcohol.
I thought that's how you guys cleaned your frat house back in college. I saw you guys pouring like Dubra and Svedka everywhere on the ground, and it was a disinfectant.
Can you, for all the viewers who aren't from Connecticut, can you explain what Dubra is? Because Svedka, I think most people know, is like shelf tier vodka, but what is Dubra?
Honestly, I don't even know. What is Dubra? This is like a vodka, right?
Yeah, so Dubra and Popov. I think Popov is made from potatoes, but Dubra is basically one of the lowest shelf tier vodkas you can possibly get. I think you can get a whole handle, like 750 milliliters for like $7. And so of course it's made of plastic.
Yeah, bang for buck.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't regret drinking that. Going back to some very dark times. Moving from thermobiotics over to Simmons, is that the right name?
What do males produce?
Siemens? Wait, is that the correct plural? No, semen. So is it called Simmons or Siemens?
Siemens.
Okay, gotcha. So did you work on male fertility, or like what was going on with that organization?
I was working there as like an energy engineer for a government. Like Siemens is a large international engineering company. It's probably one of the biggest ones in the world, and they have like a bunch of different divisions. So mine was like Siemens Government Technologies. So we had contracts with government sites to basically, like, there are a bunch of government facilities, and our job was to make sure they were getting the best energy usage they could. So like finding ways to reduce energy expenditure, like increase, but like for example, like a very simple thing is installing automatic lights, right? If you have lights on all the time,
yeah,
like having automatic lights is one way. And obviously this is like a very simplified explanation of the work I did there, but for example, that's like the kind of stuff we did. And I got to fly out to different sites. Like I remember going to Lima, Ohio, which I've never heard of before, but it was pretty cool because I got to like see tanks driving by, like actual like war tanks, and I don't remember what came out of that. I thought it was a pretty interesting experience, and I actually had a return offer to go, but because of COVID and some other stuff, ended up falling through.
Gotcha. So is that ultimately what led you to working at Epic Systems in Wisconsin? Because like ultimately, like I guess like career wise, looks like you were leaning towards Siemens.
Yeah, I was. So then like through COVID, things fell through. I applied to Epic during my senior year because they reached out to me, and I was like, oh, it might be good to have a backup just in case it turns out it was a good idea. And because I was actually pretty interested, like when I applied to Epic at first and when they reached out to me, I didn't really, I wasn't too interested, but after like interviewing and going on site, I thought it was pretty interesting. So I'm glad I applied and got accepted because it was a good fallback option.
Yeah, for sure. And it sounds like you're pretty much enjoying what you're doing right now, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying my work-life balance.
Yeah. No, I think that's really important to have. I feel like a lot of times, you got to get the bag, but also you got to make sure your work-life balance is good.
Yeah.
So, well, that's awesome, Calvin. I think this is a great segue into the first fun part of the show.
Uh-huh.
Fun part for you.
I had fun the entire night, Max.
Part. Say less. My job's been done. We're now made it to the halftime show. Calvin, I know you've definitely heard of this before because when we were in the gym earlier, you were trying to prep for trivia questions.
What are you talking? Wait, this is trivia? I didn't even know.
But we're not even doing trivia.
Oh.
Yeah, we are doing trivia.
Oh, I didn't even know you had a trivia segment, so I am very unprepared right now.
Okay, perfect. Well, here's what we'll do. I'm going to, let's see. How do I do this without you looking at the answers?
Hey, I can do a honor pledge to look this way. And I won't look at it.
I wish I had a blindfold. That would be awesome to use.
Wrap a shirt around my face.
Yeah. Too bad I don't have any clean shirts right now. It's definitely laundry time.
That's
So why don't you look that way, and then I will ask you a set of trivia questions that I think will be interesting. What is that, like a horse? Okay, so your first question.
Then you don't got these prepared. You just pull it up from the site.
Well, you did happen to take a look at some questions that I had previously, so I always switch them up on the folks. I'll give you the opportunity to help put preference on what subcategory you're interested in. So to give you a little more backstory, we could do... Wait, don't look.
Well, I was looking at the categories.
We can do general trivia. We can do food. We can do animals. Which one do you feel strongest
Let's
in?
do general trivia first.
Okay, general trivia. Okay.
Yeah, my heart's pumping. I can't even lie.
All right. So, first question. You're a man of science and an engineer by heart, so this one should come naturally.
Theoretically, should.
Which science deals with the motion of projectiles?
The motion of projectiles?
Yes.
Kinematics?
Is that your final answer?
Not anymore. Could you repeat the question?
Which science deals with the motion of projectiles?
Deals with the motion of projectiles?
Correct.
Physics?
Is that
Physics
your
/ kinematics? Sure. I know it's not right.
Can you say your final answer again for the viewers?
All right, let me think about my final answer one more time. Deals with? I feel like I've definitely... Oh, dynamics.
Is that your final answer?
Sure. I don't think it's right, but...
Wah. No, it was ballistics.
What? Ballistics?
Yes.
You're making me feel ballistic right now.
All right, I'm going to cue a GIF. All right, question...
GIF, by the way, guys. GIF.
Question number... Wait, you got it wrong. So there's no point in continuing with the trivia. The shortest halftime show, if I may, that we've ever had.
Really?
So it's the way it works is I give you 3 questions. If you get all 3 correctly, then I have to do a dance for 15
I thought
seconds.
that was a warm-up question. You didn't specify. Hey, my bad. I wasn't taking it seriously. Hey, I thought that was a warm-up question. I'm sorry.
You know what, Calvin? I didn't specify, and you're absolutely right. You get another shot, okay?
I appreciate that.
So, moving down to... Okay, so this is a 2-part question.
2?
Yes.
Why?
The first question is, who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean?
Amelia Earhart?
Now, that was the easy part. How do you spell her name?
Amelia space. Wait, did I get the name correct?
Yeah, you got the name right. I'm not going to
Space.
make you randomly spell a name that wasn't correct.
Earhart.
Let's go! You got it! Talk about clutch. Man of the hour right here.
So that's 2 questions, right? So I got one more left.
No, you got 1.
Huh? Well, how many questions did you ask me?
I believe that was 2 parts to 1 question, so I believe that was 1 question.
But in total, how many actual questions did you ask me?
That was only 1 actual question, because the first one you definitely knew. Moving forward, though, right on time. It looks like we've run through all the general trivia questions, so now we have to go to hard trivia.
What?
So please direct your attention.
Wait,
that way.
can we go to hard questions when we're on question number 3, if that's even a thing? If we even get there?
You know what? Okay, sure, we'll do that. Which one would you rather do? Animal trivia, food trivia, or something else?
General trivia.
I'm sorry, we've run out of general.
No.
We have run out of general, unfortunately. There's entertainment trivia if that's more general for you.
What were the options again?
Food? Okay, actually, food, entertainment, animals, or funny.
Funny.
I've not even seen funny, okay?
Funny.
Okay.
Actually, animal. Animal. I want animal. But you can tell a funny trivia just for fun. Like, it won't count for anything. Just say it.
So the funny thing is, I was going to give you animal to begin with because I was going to give you the opposite of what you said. So now that you say you want animal, I'm definitely giving funny trivia. So this will be for question number 2, okay? I don't know how... You'll be laughing if you get this answer correctly. If not, I think you'll be quite ballistic. So, the second question is, in the state of Georgia, it's illegal to eat what with a fork?
Eat what with a fork?
Yeah.
In the state of Georgia?
Yep. The peach state.
Atlanta, Georgia. Peaches?
With a fork? Well, why don't I give you that?
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Can I take a quick glance around the room?
Yeah.
For inspiration?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't appear the page is loaded.
Eat what? Fried chicken. Final answer.
Is that your final answer?
No, it's not. That makes no sense. Why would they ban fried chicken with a fork? Peaches. Final answer.
Calvin Chen. Talk about second guessing. It was fried chicken.
Really? What?
It was fried chicken.
What?
It was fried chicken. Oh my goodness.
Wait, that should count.
Don't you hate it when you take a Scantron and you put a B, but then you erase it and put an A, and it was actually the B? That's how I feel right now. I really feel for you, Calvin.
Wait, just because you did that and you didn't actually ask me an animal question, I feel like you should do that. Ask me an animal trivia question. Just because you bamboozled me, and then this happened. Based on the rule book, that's what I read the other day.
The rule book is constantly changing, so because of that, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you an animal one. So please glance your attention that way, and we will resume. So this is the final question that I have for you, okay?
All right.
My final question for you is, how many layers of skin does a chameleon have?
Like a healthy one or one that's malnourished?
Sure.
What? You didn't answer my question.
I do not know what that even means.
How many layers of skin?
I think regardless of whether it's healthy or malnourished, it would still have the same layer.
How many layers of skin?
Yeah.
7. Final answer.
Calvin, it was 4.
Has anyone ever won this?
Please give Calvin Chen a round of applause. That was a valiant effort. I can't believe he literally said fried chicken and then switched gears 180 degrees. For those of you who don't know, chameleons have 4 layers of skin. Don't let that trip you up next time you're on the podcast. I actually lost once, and I had to sing. Clearly, you didn't watch all the episodes of the podcast.
I didn't.
You might need to run that back, as the kids say. Alrighty, so I'm super excited to bring you all Calvin Chen, who will be providing 15 seconds of the most phenomenal dance moves
I thought
possible.
it was 10 seconds.
We'll make it 12. I'll meet you halfway. So we're gonna redirect the camera here, and Calvin, if you don't mind,
Do I get some instrumental?
I'll throw on a beat.
But I need a beat,
You know what? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
My money don't wiggle.
3, 2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a beat. What's going on here?
All right. Let's see.
Hey, no one come on the show. I'm being robbed of my dignity.
Guys, I don't have premium YouTube, so give me 1 second. All right. Everyone, are you ready to see a show? Lights, camera, action.
Started at the bottom, now I'm at the top. All my fans trip too hard, I need a mop. Stupid dumb ass kid, you a bot. I'm the motherfucking leader, call the shots. Worked an hour yesterday, then bought a yacht. All this ice in my veins, I hit the shots. All these haters talking shit, blah blah blah. None of that shit faze me. Yo, got a nice crib, got a lot of space, got a wrist.
No, Calvin, no, thank you. That was some great sportsmanship right there. That was honestly that was really cool to see. As if I haven't seen that every other day. No, but y'all really got a treat. If you like Calvin on the podcast, just comment down to C in the comment section below. That way I know you guys actually watched.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the twerking, throw a T in the chat, all right?
Throw a T.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So I guess like overall, before we dive into some last final questions, what were your overall thoughts about the podcast, and like what were your thoughts with the halftime show? What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? And how would you have like switched it up?
You know, I think the podcast is very good. That's it.
Wow.
Actually, I need some time to think now that I think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad. I really enjoyed the podcast because you certainly did your research, or your sources did the research and brought you the information. So I was very impressed by that. Don't know how you got that info, but you did, and made it feel like you really prepared and got to know me before you started the interview, or podcast, not an interview, but.
Just like how Sean Evans has a very powerful team behind him for Hot Ones, we like to do the exact same thing, except I'm a team of one. But no, I really appreciate the feedback. If there's anything like you wish we could have done differently or improved on, obviously it would have been nice to have more cameras rather than just the one we're talking to.
This camera, that camera.
This camera, that camera. To getting the back of our heads, but... No, that's really cool, Calvin. Actually, I have a new segment as well that I like to introduce. This actually, let me refrain from saying it's a new segment. This is something that's happened on a previous podcast, but I haven't done in a while. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes for a second, if you don't mind, while I pull up something. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm pulling up where we're doing an Instagram deep dive. So
Yeah, I feel like that's copyrighted. That sounds very familiar. Yo, my eyes are getting a little watery. Can I open them?
I will let me refrain from saying Instagram deep dive, and rather this is my camera roll deep dive. So on Instagram, you really only see your true self, but I'd love to throw on some images right now, and as we review through these, I want you to tell me like what's going through your mind, and I'll throw them up in the video as well. So starting with image number 1. Can you please tell the chat what was going on here?
Looks like a movie trailer for Jurassic Park. I think this was a freshman year move out. This was in your room. And I think you had a hat with a T-Rex or something.
I don't think that was any of ours.
This was in your room, though.
Really?
100%. This was your room.
Or not my room, my suite.
Yeah, your
Let's
suite.
say that.
Your suite.
Yeah, this wasn't mine, but
But there was a hat there, you know, and I guess I put on a hat and I felt like a dinosaur, so it just came naturally.
that was definitely the trailer for Jurassic Park 2.
I think it was a banger movie. Ain't no way you putting this out in public.
Image number 2.
I think those are 2 Shaolin monks. Came straight to America. You know, I think that day we all got some beanies, wanted to try it out, wanted to test some new fits, and you know, the rest is history. What do you think about our outfits?
I think it looks cool. I guess like by what you're wearing, I can't really tell if it's cold or hot outside because you're wearing shorts and short sleeves, but then you have the beanies on. I think it was probably summertime when this happened, or do you know?
You know, this was sophomore year of college. I assume most of the time in college is pretty cold.
Yeah.
Because it's like fall to spring. What else is there to this picture?
That's a fire t-shirt, by the way. I really did like that.
Hey, that's a t-shirt from Fung Bros. If anyone watches Fung Bros on YouTube, good food reviews, good sports. Check them out. Maybe we'll collab with them in the future.
Yeah, Andrew, you know my contact. Hit me up.
Yeah, I mean.
How about this one right here?
What the heck is this from? This looks like in the Branford movie room. I assume we're probably... Actually, I have no idea. I'm gonna say whenever if it is the Branford movie room, we usually go there to watch stuff, obviously. I think that day we were watching the NBA final, or not, NBA All-Star Weekend. And I guess Guan was... Wait, no, that's a movie theater.
Yep.
Oh.
So I think this was for in Avengers when Thanos was...
Where were you?
I was taking the photo.
Why does it look like Harley's taking a selfie? Anyways, yeah, I guess we're watching a movie. I feel like what happened then? I feel like some stuff happened.
Oh, I remember that time. Yeah, basically, Guan. This is actually just a dig at Guan. I just realized this image. Guan has a habit of falling asleep whenever we play movies. So
Yes, that's what it was. That's why I was confused. I was like, what's different about this picture? Because that's every picture of Guan. That makes sense.
oh, but there's more. All right, this one right here.
Yeah, this was during our Boston trip. I think we captured this photo. 0 out of 3 of us have jobs, but we were really feeling ourselves in our was this an Airbnb? I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we were really feeling ourselves. All got our fits on, ready to tackle the day. Look at that Supreme bag right there. Max is really, a very wealthy man, and I'm very honored to be in his presence.
No, I thought, we usually don't do OOTDs, but that one was enough to capture the next 5 years.
Yes, I agree.
That's where we wanted to be, our future selves.
Huh? Hey, I do not remember this. I'm assuming this is back in Virginia, probably. I said one hand drinks, other hand workout, and then I got a hat for party time. So I had all 3 boxes of my life check. Life check. I got fitness, got food, and got party. And just someone happened to be there to capture the moment and be really thriving.
I love that description.
This was after senior ball, right before spring break and before we all left for good. Looks like my girlfriend Dechen, she was wearing heels. A lot of dancing that night, so our feet were a little sore. So I needed to take off my shoes and she needed to put on some shoes. So it happened to work out. And I'm putting a thumbs up because I'm really having fun.
Naturally.
Yes.
The first time, actually, I took this photo. The first time I took it, I literally thought that Dechen was wearing clogs.
Clogs?
Yeah, like the wooden like dancing shoes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I noticed.
It does look like that.
Then I noticed, I was like, Calvin, like dress shoes don't come with white tips.
Hey, please also notice how tall I am, even without my shoes. How tall do I look there?
Hey, throw how tall you think Calvin is in the chat.
In the chat?
We'll group it in 2 categories.
Taller than Max.
Shorter than 5 feet or taller than 5 feet.
Hey, come on, guys, don't do me bad.
No, that really concludes. I think that's all the photos that I had. Oh my goodness, there is one more.
This is the first walk off from your podcast.
It appears Calvin has left the vicinity. I totally forgot we had one more, and that was the best one. So we'll throw it here now.
Where is this from? Hey, this is me back in my
sources
prime.
are good.
This is me back in my prime, in Virginia. I think it was Halloween. They said, come dressed in your best outfit, and there I was, just looking like myself as usual. You see, I was really getting into character, had the mouth movement, got the glasses. And my nose was a little crooked because...
Wait. Was this actually for Halloween?
Huh? I think so.
But, like, what were you?
Me.
But, like, your nose isn't naturally crooked, so, like, why were you in character?
I got surgery to fix it, but that's how I looked when I was born.
Gotcha.
Any other questions?
That got kind of deep. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like that.
I'm just kidding.
No, we're definitely, hey y'all. I'm leaving this picture up the longest time, so feel free to take as many screenshots as you like and disperse them to friends and family.
Hey, at least it's not the original file, I guess.
Let's put this on trending. Alright, perfect. Well, Calvin, thank you so much for being such a great sport. I have a couple of last questions for you. First one is, what motivates you every day?
What motivates me?
Yeah. Like, what gets you to, like, what makes you want to work and to, like, I guess, achieve the next thing? Because I know you've been a busy man and you want to do a lot of things.
I think the idea of retiring early is something that I really want to chase. So, getting that paycheck and watching my investments grow, my net worth grow. I really enjoy micromanaging my finances. So working is another vehicle to accomplish those dreams and then have the freedom of time to do whatever I want in the future.
for anyone who's also a similar age as you, 24 years old or in their 20s or maybe even 30s, doesn't matter what age they are actually, what advice would you give them in terms of like ways that they can better themselves financially today, if you have any?
Save as much as you can, pinch pennies, but don't live like you're in poverty if you can. Open a Roth IRA to put investments in, and use my Robinhood referral code down below in the description for one free stock when you sign up with Robinhood.
Thank you, Calvin. I'm totally going to bleep out you saying yours, and then I'm gonna make it so you say mine. So perfect. That's a great segue. Moving on to goals. You said you want to retire early. What is your goal in 1 year?
In 1 year?
Yep.
I think in 1 year, I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of change in my life over the next year or in a year's time. So I think my goal is just to figure out my life. I feel like that's everyone in their early 20s though, just figuring out their life. But you know, we'll never figure out our lives. Probably for the rest of our lives, we're always changing in new environments. But I feel like in a year's time, my goal is just to have more clarity about what
Which direction?
What I want to do with my life, I think.
What about in 5 years?
5 years?
So you'll be almost 30.
Shit, I want 3 kids. I want to be a grandparent.
Hey, Destin, are you watching this? Take notes.
Nah. 5 years? How old would I be? 29?
Yep.
5 years time. I want to be happy with the work I'm doing and approaching the point where I might be able to think about quitting my full-time work and doing something I like to do instead that still generates income, potentially like a side venture that's grown bigger or something like that. But you know, that's just an ideal scenario.
And then how about 10 years? So you'll be 34.
Shit, I want to be in Taiwan, filming myself on my YouTube channel doing food reviews while my kids and family are back home. I just realized how unfeasible that is.
Just Calvin being an absentee father. Fantastic.
Nah, honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing next week, so it's very hard for me to picture 10 years from now, if I'm being honest with you.
No, I mean, it's difficult, but these are definitely things to think about,
Yes, sir.
But awesome. Well, Calvin, thank you so much for being on the podcast. It was a pleasure to have you here, and also I really feel that it was really cool getting to know you more. I feel like some of these questions that I asked, I never really got a straight answer ever from you. So that was really nice to finally have a heart-to-heart. So thank you for being on the podcast, Calvin, and we will see you all podcast number 6. Peace.
You don't have like a leaving like hand symbol or something?
I totally forgot. Can you do an outro?
A wise man named Guan Li once told me in my junior year of college, fool me once, fool me tight. Hey, can you cut that out? A wise man in college by the name of Guan Li once told me, fool me once, fool me twice, me a fool.
Hey, we'll end on that. Cut.